detached by action of water, action of running water, action of rainwater, which hit just like a little bomb. Hello everyone, I am Sanjeev Kumar, Faculty of Geography and Agriculture Optional. Today I bring another topic, that is soil and water conservation. Soil erosion is one of the frequent problems inside India. Near about 30% of the soil is prone to minor or major erosion, while 3% of soil in India is severely affected by soil erosion. Further, near about 93 million hectare land is generally significantly affected by soil degradation due to movement of topmost soil particles. Now, I am continuing the soil and water erosion. So, soil erosion refers to movement of topmost soil particles and water conservation. Generally, this occurs in two forms. Number one, water generally detach. Water causes detachment of the soil particles. Then there is transportation. So, soil detached by action of water, action of running water, action of rainwater, which hit just like a little bomb. Means raindrop when hit the nude surface of the soil, then these drops act as a little bomb, and which may started splash erosion, led to splash of soil particles, maybe 0.6 meter in height and around 1.5 meter in width, horizontally. So, for soil and water conservation, we need to follow different methods, strategy, which are highly helpful in reduction of soil erosion. Number one, agronomic measures. Means within agronomic measures, especially deep plowing, chisel plowing. During preparation of your field for the crop, for forthcoming crop, you need to plow it deep. Keep the soil surface very cloudy, very much uneven. Smoother will be the soil surface, more prone to soil runoff by action of running water in form of seat erosion, in form of rail erosion, gully erosion or deep gully erosion. So, deep plowing, we also called as chisel plowing. Keep your soil surface cloudy, uneven, which makes soil surface or structure, texture of soil very much porous, which can accumulate huge amount of water, which increases the capacity of soil to absorb more amount of water. It reduces soil runoff and increases percolation of water. Means for long durations, the moisture can maintain inside the soil if you are following deep plowing method. This is one of the effective method, especially in dryland areas where there is high temperature and there is low precipitation. Now, another method is contour cultivation. This is highly helpful in slopy areas. What does mean by contour? We can say imaginary lines. Imaginary lines of same altitude means where slope is higher maybe 1 to 30 degree. In such regions, we require contour cultivation, here terrace farming, which is highly helpful not only in increasing the absorption of water, but also in controlling the soil and overall increasing yield, productivity, making agriculture possible over very slopy soil. Contour bunding may not be as effective or not required typically in very flat areas. Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra plains does not require contour bunding, but in Jammu and Kashmir region, Ladakh region, in most of northern India, over Western Ghat, over central highland, we require contour bunding. Because without contour bunding, water concentration increases, frequency of flow of water, the speed, rate of water increases, which can leach away the essential nutrients that existed over topmost soil. Yeah, that can also leach away, move away out of your field to adjacent areas. And such essential nutrients, when move out of the field and mixed with the water bodies, then they further cause eutrophication problem, means mineralization of water, more minerals presence inside the water, which increases the growth of phytoplanktons, which finally consume more amount of oxygen from the water. So there is net deficit of oxygen inside water bodies. When this net deficit existed or created generally in hot conditions, then there is large mass death of various marine organisms inside water bodies. So contour cultivation, generally here contour means bunding. Here after edge, towards edge or end of each and every contour, we form contour bunding. We created some elevated land, a kind of barrier which can protect water. So along with the contour, we can form the bund. We can form bund barriers. Okay, so this is helpful. Further, strip cultivation means generally entire field or land you need to divide into small strips, and inside these strips you can grow soil resistant, soil erosion resistant crop, soil erosion permitting crop. So what are erosion resistant crop? Generally erosion resistant crop are the grasses, leguminous crop, or maybe certain cover crop which have very strong canopy coverage. Foliage coverage is very high, means most of the field covered by leaves, just like umbrella. So leaves, canopies of leaves act as an umbrella over the soil surface. So most of the soil, number one, prevented from direct hitting the raindrops, which act like a little bomb, or it further reduces the soil water runoff because there is more density of plant than plant root captured, keep the soil intact, strongly hold the soil, particularly the grasses having very huge density of plants. Then there is tremendous growth of roots. So entire roots created very strong complex network which generally keep hold over the soil particles, loose soil particles. So sowing leguminous crop, certain cover crops, maybe dhacha, maybe clover, maybe alfalfa, is highly helpful in preventing the soil erosion. Further, over lawn, large landform, generally different kind of grasses is highly helpful in controlling the soil erosion. Then if you feel that there is necessity to grow certain soil erosion permitting crop, then in different strip in particular proportion and flat areas, normal condition, generally 1:3. Means one strip of your erosion resistant crop and 3 strip of erosion permitting crop. Seems to be balanced, sufficient. So soil runoff, a large soil runoff problem can be reduced. Means all the essential nutrients, most of the water likely to be remain intact at the soil, at topmost soil particles. Soil erosion permitting crop, just like cotton, just like maize, yeah, crop which having huge distance between the plants, maybe sugarcane, maybe jute, or maybe different other plant crop, which are more prone to soil erosion. So this is the ratio. Suppose that your area, your field having some slope. Generally, you belongs to hill areas. What does mean by 1% slope? If your soil having 1% slope, means if your land is like this, 1 hectare means 100 cross 100, 100 meter width and 100 meter is length. So that is your 1 hectare field, 100, 100. Okay. Now, out of this 100, 100, suppose that at this end to this end, if here elevation is, suppose that 100 meter above the sea surface. Yeah, if you get confused between 100, 100, let's take is 200. Suppose that general elevation from the sea level, the height from the sea level is 200 meter. Here, height will become 201 meter after 100 meter distance, 201 meter. Means general elevation from sea surface. It means after every 100 meter, there rise in 1 meter slope. There is rise in 1 meter altitude, elevation. I hope this 1% slope is clear. Similarly, suppose that if 2% slope, means after 100 meter, the general elevation above the sea level is 202 meter. 3% slope means 203 meter. 15% slope 215 meter slope from this end to this end. Means after 100 meter, there is this difference of altitude around 15 meter. So if slope existed generally 1%, then you need to follow a proportion near about 9:45. 9 meter of erosion resistant crop means maybe grasses, maybe legume. 45 meter may be erosion permitting crop like maize, sugarcane. Erosion permitting crop, which cover very less area, which does not cover entire soil surface and allow more exposure to soil. 2% slope. Then further, you need to make this proportion more closer, near about 6 meter wide, 24 meter wide, 6 meter wide erosion resistant crop and erosion permitting crop 24 meter wide. So you can say 1:4, 1:5. In normal condition, no slope, 1:3. Now here 4 meter, 1:3 again, 3 meter, 3% slope. If continuous increment in the slope, you need to reduce differences between soil erosion crop, erosion resistant crop and erosion permitting crop. You need to increase the width of soil resistant crop if there is increment in the slope. As we are noticing, in case of 1%, there is 9 meter, 2% slope, there is 6 meter, 3% slope, 4 meter. In such a way. Now best crop which generally protect your soil erosion is Philippesara. Philippesara, it is the legume. It created dense canopy. It created dense canopy like umbrella, like roof over your soil, and most of the soil very strongly hold by the roots over the soil surface. This is the seed of Philippesaru. Washed, that is cotton. Huge area is not covered. Maybe up to 30% area of the soil is completely exposed to open weather condition. In such condition, number one, if direct raindrop hit the soil surface, then there is detachment of soil particles. Further, when water get concentrated, water is started to move in form of seeds, in form of thin layers of the water, then there is no barrier to prevent the soil erosion. So very much allow. This is seed of the cotton. So it is poor crop to prevent your soil erosion. Now, crop rotation. Crop rotation is another effective method to control your soil erosion and allow percolation of water, infiltration of water, means irrigation up to depth level can reach if you are following cover crop. Remember that you leave your soil uncovered, soil is dead. Longer will be the duration of nudity of the soil, soil is dead, means soil degrade very strongly. More you will cover your soil, maybe with any cover crop, maybe another crop, maybe grasses, maybe crop rotation, your soil health likely to be okay. Because when soil is nude, then it exposed to very high temperature during daytime period, very low temperature, maybe during nighttime period. Frequent raindrop, huge evaporation, soil water runoff, capillary action, all such things effectively work over the soil. Then most of the minerals, essential minerals, lost within the soil in very short time period. Try to cover your crop for most of the time. Suppose that after harvesting of Rabi crop, for certain months, maybe 2 months, you need to leave your field uncovered. Then in such case, you can follow cover crop. Maybe clover, alfalfa, maybe certain leguminous crop, dahacha. All such crop are highly helpful. They not only increase the organic content in your soil, but further in future, more minerals, such organic content degradation will enrich your soil, and soil structure, soil texture likely to be improved. Soil become more porous. Soil capacity to absorb water will increase. So leguminous crop may be looser neck, and rotation is highly beneficial for keeping your soil intact. Then cover crop, you may follow cowpea. In USA generally, cow used to feed over this pea. So this is popularly known as cowpea. Generally in India, in huge quantity it is consumed as a vegetable, particularly in northern India. Horse gram, very popular because it was feed for the horses, especially good quality or breed of horses used to feed over the horse gram. Then your green gram, black gram. So all these are cover crops. Highly helpful, keeping your soil fertility good, enriching your soil nutrients, particularly nitrogen, because the roots provided good environment for rhizobium bacteria, which fix the nitrogen inside the soil. So environmental nitrogen may be fixed into suitable form of nitrate or ammonia that can be absorbed by the plant. Next method is mulching. Mulching is highly helpful to protect soil moisture as well as your soil remain fertile for long duration, because mulching means cover at least 30% of area in case of horizontal mulching. Yeah, normal mulching, cover your 30% area of the soil, maybe by any specific component, maybe dirt, maybe poly, uh, poly or paper mulching, means polythene you can use for the cover, plastic you can use for the cover, synthetic material you can use, stones you can use. Otherwise, highly helpful and good for the soil. Generally, straw, dry leaves, yeah, crop residue, you can cover most of the soil. Okay, so mulching, at least 30% area when you will cover, you will spread over your soil, then it will protect soil from direct exposition towards sun rays. It will prevent soil surface, especially from soil runoff, means water have huge barrier of such straw, and it will also absorb more amount of water. It will allow infiltration of more amount of moisture. Further, moisture likely to be remain intact for long duration. But such method may not be very helpful, especially in those regions where there is very high porosity, where there is very sandy soil. Then water likely to be loose or move down vertically or move away from the soil frequently. So in such case, vertical mulching is highly helpful, means you need to put such crop residue, leaves vertically inside the soil. Maybe vertical mulching improve water infiltration, maybe up to 0.5 meter deep. You need to fix more amount of crop residue. Yeah, various other organic content, that is mulching. Now manure or fertilizer means organic content. Manure or fertilizer, so organic manure supply nutrients and enhance soil structure, reduce soil erosion. Degradation of manure, especially cow dung manure, yeah, any kind of dead organic content, that is humus, when it the organic content consumed by microorganisms and transformed into various other nutrients which are suitable for direct absorption of plant. So it led to overall good growth of the plant. If there is good growth of the plant, then there is huge canopy coverage of the plant. Roots are very strong. They likely to be hold soil strongly. Then generally it led to reduction in soil runoff. So organic manure, composting, vermicomposting, or anything, any organic content you put over the soil, it reduces soil runoff and allow more percolation of water deep inside the soil. Now, different other methods to prevent soil erosion and keeping the soil intact, that is use of certain chemicals. Through chemical methods, you can prevent soil erosion. Spraying polyvinyl, the whitish color powder, at 480 kilogram per hectare, it can improve aggregate stability. It can form the compound and likely to be change the structure of the soil, the texture of the soil, which allow more percolation, which makes soil surface more uneven, cloudy. Then it likely to absorb more amount of soil moisture and prevent soil runoff. Further, you can cover most of the soil with bitumen or asphalt. It is byproduct of your crude oil. Means when crude oil is refined, then first you extract the petrol, diesel, kerosene oil. After that, whatever is black residue, black waste product that remain, that is bitumen. Bitumen is also found naturally. Okay, treatment enhance the soil water stability. Means all weather road etc. we can form with the help of bitumen, so it is highly helpful in preventing the soil erosion. Now mechanical methods for soil conservation. So in mechanical methods, contour bunding is highly helpful. You can form the contour bunding, and contour bunding is generally necessary especially in hilly areas, which not only prevent the water runoff but also allow more percolation of water, absorption of water deep inside the soil. So mechanical measurement. Now graded bunding. Inside graded bunding, around down the slope, you can form certain water channels, and just around the edge of these water channels you form a strong bund. So where slope existed more, maybe around 15%, 20%, 30%, in such case normal bunding, contour bunding is not helpful, rather graded bunding. Graded bunding is highly helpful. Further, this graded bunding can be divided into different grades, can be separated into different grades. Now bench terracing. Bench terracing where slope is very high, means maybe around 30 meter. After suppose that horizontal movement of 100 meter, there is rise in around 30 meter elevation. In such case, you need to form very flat land around the hills and surrounding hills, just like bench like flat structure or step like structure, just like you make the stairs to reach to your roof. Similarly, to reach to upper region in slopy areas, you form certain flat land. How you form the flat land? Generally, the slope extracted by the farmers, and down the slope areas, farmers put the soil whatever they extracted from the higher slope regions. Then they form bench like structure, and towards end of bench they form bund. This bund likely to be hold a control water, means water of a smaller area or each bench kept separately hold at around every flat area. Now it prevents soil runoff, it increases water absorption, it maintains soil nutrients intact inside the soil, it prevents leaching, it support growth of crop, it make soil more fertile. So bench terracing is practiced especially in those regions where there is very high slope. I hope this information will help you in writing answer or understanding how to prevent soil erosion and increase the water management. Here, how to follow effective water management strategy to prevent soil erosion. That's all in this video. Thank you very much.